A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Bravo!
From the gun, here's Gone. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, kill! Hey, Echo! 51 the mark, boy, 51. Pick it up! Pick it up! Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Out of the gun, Gone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the left side. It's Boyd. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 48-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 76! 76! 76! Hey, Delta!
51's the mic. 51's the mic. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Check!
Hey, lift! Lift!
Check!
Lift!
A shotgun snap for Gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Running on first down, Eckler. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play action. It's gone. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
951, 951. And let's get in that hole. 76, tell him. 76. 76. 951.
2nd and 10, Goff again. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try the left side. Blackwell. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
We go, 76, 76. Hey, team 6, team 6. 51 the mic. I got you.
Here we go on 4th. Gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Gone. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
I can't believe they...
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Ready. Check. 154. Watch the run.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Man, I got you.
Throwing on first down. Love. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw again on second down. Goff. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
2 for 66. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. 5, 6.
They are going for it. Gone. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air again. Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Back. 81.
Here is Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Here we go. Hey, no more. 52. Second target.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1.
That's it, baby.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
It's coming this way, Here we go. Here we go.
Now Eckler. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10". And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
2nd and 11. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, Zoo. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Hey, get in the weight room. Mike 51.
Now it's gone. He gets it to Cooks. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
2 for 1. Hey, orbit.
Gone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. Goff now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
5.
Goff throwing again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now gone. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
Yeah, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Love. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Kilgore. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Well, yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Four down. Alert three, alert three. Alert three. Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
First down, Broncos.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. Throwing right, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Get ready. Hey, 5. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Goff. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Go. Super.
Now Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Cut. 36. 76. Tell him. 76. 76. Value 3. Value 3. Hey, wahoo. Guys, Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down. Trailing in the 4th quarter, they got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Goff now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Tiger. Listen. Hey, exit. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
From the gun, here's Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
At the 43-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Your track.
Once more, here's Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And it fights through one man. Looking rough side, and it's complete. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ready base. Mike 5-4. Not today, you want? Not today.
On first down, Kilgore. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Chargers take over.
Go,
First down
let's go.
at
Let's
their
go.
own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Can't give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Love. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Looking to throw. Love. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
76. Hey, Shell. Hey, Alpha.
To throw is gone. And that's complete to Cooks. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Obama. Hey, Charlie. I got him. Super 66. He's coming, double up.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
Ric Flair.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. Brown. Say. Small.
Play action. It's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
20. Two. Bravo.
51, Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. Go, Mike 51.
Go, 12. Let's go.
Hey, let's calm down.
Merlin.
Calm the crowd. Danny.
Hey, Echo.
25. Check 25.
Goff on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
5. Hey, Delta. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Super 1, Super 1. Check 4, check 4. 4 down. Turbo 7.
Goff now to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
What? 180. Get the ball. Super. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. DC. Buzz. You ain't got nothing. 51 Mike.
Again, Goff. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Foxtrot. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
One last throw here for Goff. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paid.